Mr. Murphy and Mr. Mayor, do you agree with established board precedent that when an employee is fired for either supporting or refusing to support a union, that firing has a chilling effect on other employees' speech?
Senator, you're asking me whether an unlawful discharge of an employee in violation of Section 883 of the Act has a chilling effect on the board?
Just for supporting a union, you get fired.
Yes.
Would that have a chilling effect on other employees' free
Would
speech?
seem to be, and that's why we would have to find a violation and remedy it.
Okay, great. Mr. Mayor, do you agree with that?
Senator, it certainly could. Yes.
It certainly could, or just if you just spoke about having a union, should that be grounds for firing?
No, that's
okay.
that's protected concerted activity generally.
Well, the NLRB is quite clear on this. If a company fires an employee for exercising their right to organize a union, other workers are discouraged from doing the same. And I ask because President Trump illegally fired board member Gwen Wilcox for, quote, unduly disfavoring the interests of employers. Do you agree that her firing has a chilling effect on your speech as a nominee if confirmed as a board member? Mr. Murphy.
Senator, you're asking me if it has a chilling effect on
Will it? Yeah, will it have a chilling effect on your ability to?
No, Senator. If the Supreme Court ultimately decides that the president has the removal authority that he claims to have, and I will continue to interpret the National Labor Relations Act as I would always have done so. And if this
You will be independent.
The president can then just discharge me.
Mr. Mayor.
I agree with Mr. Murphy.
So it is not possible to truly act independently when you know the president could fire you. That's just the bottom line, if you offend the corporate cronies. If Member Wilcox is not reinstated, the American people cannot trust that you will act impartially rather than favoring CEOs over workers in line with the president's wishes. And as a result, I cannot support your nominations. Mr. Rosario, do you support the president's deregulatory agenda to rescind or weaken over 60 Department of Labor regulations?
Thank you, Senator. Yes.
Yes. And if confirmed at the Department of Labor, how will you decide how many workers are an acceptable number to die on the job if you repeal a safety rule?
No number of workers is an acceptable number of deaths, sir.
Yeah, well, you know, there was no OSHA when my father was a boy, and his finger got chopped off in a factory, and the boss just said to him, see you on Monday in the factory, John. No OSHA, no protections. That's the way it used to be before we put regulations on the books. Of course, my father used a different finger to describe the bosses at the kitchen table at night to me and my brothers. So 5,000 workers die on the job every single year in our country. Do you support the president's deregulatory agenda to repeal rules that ensure workers make it home at the end of their shift, Mr. Palmieri?
I believe that the president's deregulatory agenda and the items that you mentioned are intended to promote additional flexibility, potentially to remove outdated requirements that no longer reflect the modern workplace and are not designed to reduce the safety of workplaces in any way.
Well, right now, the Secretary of Labor is trying to weaken mine safety plans, lower respirator standards for workers exposed to harmful chemicals, and stop requiring construction sites from having any lights. So my question to you, again, Mr. Palmieri, is if you are part of repealing a rule that leads to the death of a worker who is killed in a mine or gets lung cancer or falls down a work site into the dark, do you commit to calling their families and offering their condolences?
I don't believe that any of the policies of this administration would lead to the deaths of workers, but I share your concern and would absolutely have compassion for any family member of anyone who died as a result of a workplace accident.
Well, Mr. Mayor, I would just like to close by sharing my deep concern about your ability to fairly rule on matters of union busting. You serve as the Chief Labor Counsel at Boeing, a notorious union buster. Boeing has and continues to adjust its flight path from a heavily unionized, safety-first company to a union-busting Wall Street-pleasing corporation with a tattered safety record. And you and your friends at Boeing have prioritized soaring profits over safe planes. Your workers paid the price, and the traveling public has paid the price. And it's why I have introduced my Safety Starts at the Top Act, which would require companies like Boeing to have representatives from labor and from safety experts on their board of directors. So I thank you, Madam Chair, and I yield back.
I believe Senator Murkowski is going to take over as chair.